In a huge dome on Skull Island, Kong is watched over by Monarch 5 years after Godzilla vanquished King Ghidorah. Dr. Eileen Andrews, a Monarch anthropological linguist and Kong expert, brings Jia, the last Iwi native and adopted daughter, to visit Kong. Jia is deaf and uses sign language to communicate with Kong. Kong is becoming too large for the electronic dome that has been used to house him, and Eileen is aware that he won't remain there for very long. However, as two alphas are impossible, Godzilla will pursue Kong if he departs Skull Island. A Titan conspiracy theory podcast presenter and Apex Cybernetics employee, Bernie Hayes, pulls data pointing to nefarious activity at a Pensacola facility, shipping manifests to Apex's location in Hong Kong and blueprints of a gigantic machine. Bernie comes onto a huge device during Godzilla's unexpected attack on the facility. Madison Russell, a listener of Bernie's podcast and the daughter of Monarch scientists Dr. Mark Russell and the late Emma Russell, thinks Godzilla's unpredictable actions have a cause. She suspects a conspiracy orchestrated by Apex Cybernetics, believing that Godzilla was provoked by something at Apex. Madison asks her friend Josh to look into Godzilla's attacks. In order to lead a search for a power source into the Hollow Earth, the homeworld of the Titans, Apex CEO Walter Simmons, Maya's father and founder of Apex Cybernetics, a tech company invested in trying to solve the Earth's Titan problem, secretly creating Mechagodzilla to exterminate them, enlists Dr. Nathan Lind, a Monarch geologist and chief cartographer who works closely with Kong and charts the mission into the Hollow Earth. A former Monarch scientist and Hollow Earth theorist, Nathan is persuaded by Walter that the new power source is necessary to control the Titans. Since his brother perished in an expedition to the Hollow Earth as a result of a powerful reverse gravitational pull, Nathan is first apprehensive after Walter informs him that Apex has created HEAVs, Hollow Earth Aerial Vehicles, which are specialized vehicle capable of withstanding the force of the gravity field. He concurs. Nathan talks with Eileen and persuades her to let Kong to lead them to the Antarctic outpost through the Hollow Earth launch station. Only a Titan can open the entrances to Hollow Earth. The U.S. Navy escorts Nathan, Eileen, and an Apex crew led by Walter's daughter Maya onto a customized barge carrying a sedated and constrained Kong. Jia maintains control over Kong. Dr. Eileen is amazed to learn that Kong is proficient in sign language. Kong moves the battle to the aircraft carrier to protect Jia. Godzilla uses his atomic breath to destroy the carrier. Kong can't breathe underwater and is defeated easily. Godzilla attacks the convoy and defeats Kong. Nathan releases Kong's shackles after Godzilla tilts the barge on which Kong and the entire Apex team were hosted. Kong manages to push back Godzilla enough to set the barge upright and save Jia, but retreats after the ships disable their power and trick him into believing they are destroyed. While the team follows him in the HEAVs, Kong is airlifted to the Hollow Earth entrance to avoid alerting Godzilla. Jia persuades him to enter the tunnel, arguing that Kong cannot survive in the frigid Antarctic climate, and that his fleet was destroyed en route. Josh and Madison locate Bernie, who joins their inquiry when Madison keeps tabs on bleach sales while Bernie uses bleach to evade any organic tracking devices. They enter the destroyed Apex base covertly, find a hidden facility beneath it, and are unintentionally stuck onto an underground monorail that takes them to Apex headquarters in Hong Kong, where they unintentionally come across a Mechagodzilla test. Ren Serizawa, Apex Chief Technical Officer and the son of the late Ishiro Serizawa, controls it telepathically via neural networks from the skull of a severed Ghidorah head, but it is limited by the power supply. Ren is training himself to use the Mechagodzilla, which has a laser breath, by utilizing homegrown skull crawlers. Walter plans to use the energy of the Hollow Earth to get past Mechagodzilla's constraints. Kong and the group discover an ecology like Skull Island underneath the Hollow Earth, complete with flying skull crawlers that eliminate one of the HEAVs before Kong defeats them. They locate a blazing axe fashioned from the dorsal plates of another Godzilla and the remnants of an ancient battle with Godzilla's kind in the ancestral royal room of his kind. Despite Eileen's objections, the Apex team broadcasts their signature back to their Hong Kong base as they locate the power source. Mechagodzilla's activation draws Godzilla to Hong Kong, where he uses his atomic breath to drill a shaft to the throne room as soon as he detects Kong. In the chaos that follows, Maya and the Apex team try to flee, but Kong crushes their HEAV. Nathan, Jia and Eileen travel to Hong Kong, where Kong fights Godzilla one more time. Kong has the advantage at first, but Godzilla defeats him after rendering him helpless, shoulder dislocation and broken ribs. After being apprehended by security, Madison, Josh, and Bernie are brought before Walter. Walter commands Ren to activate Mechagodzilla in spite of his worries about the unstable nature of the power source. After electrocuting Ren and killing Walter, Mechagodzilla, now in possession of Ghidorah's consciousness, attacks Hong Kong. When Godzilla and Mechagodzilla fight, Godzilla loses. Atomic breath is more than equal to the laser beam, and before long Godzilla is being blasted around. Gia convinces Kong to assist Godzilla after Nathan destroys the HEAV in order to resuscitate Kong, whose heartbeat was weak. Nathan does this by using the HEAV's engines to create an electromagnetic pulse that is strong enough to start Kong's heart. Josh temporarily disrupts the Mechagodzilla by using Bernie's flask of vodka to short-circuit the Mechagodzilla's controls as it overwhelms both titans. Kong destroys Mechagodzilla after Godzilla uses its atomic breath to charge Kong's axe. Godzilla and Kong acknowledge one another before parting ways, while Madison, Bernie, and Josh rejoin Dr. Mark Russell. Later on, Kong has taken control of the Hollow Earth, where Monarch has set up an observation post.